This is Kristy.
Kristy Joe, to me, is one of the finest looking women I've ever laid eyes on.
Come here.
I'm sorry, I have to wipe it. I have like a really
Go ahead.
I go to lean in for that moment of impact, that kiss. She grabs her hand around my mouth and tells me she's a germophobic.
Once you got invited to do Rock of Love, did you know it was going to be Bret Michaels? Because I felt like some of the girls knew, but other ones did not know.
I thought it was going to be Tommy Lee.
There was a lot of issues between you and Daisy, and then Destiny was involved in that too.
So Bret, in his genius mind, decided to tell everybody that he was attracted to me and that he liked me in front of everybody. So from that day forward, everybody hated me.
You fucking straight up lied to her.
Who is joking?
And like you were like trying to fucking say that we were like talking shit. So just stop talking so much shit. If you have something to say about me, say it to my fucking face.
And warn us if you got no
Okay?
fucking makeup on, because it's scaring the shit out of me. I don't even want to look over there. It's scary. Please do. This isn't a horror show.
So yeah, I just felt like, and a lot of the girls were super crazy at the time when they were all in their 20s, and I'm not judging, but it was a lot for me.
I'm sure.
And, I wasn't used to girls being so catty. So being around that nonstop, and then the hours, because they would keep us up till like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and then a new crew would come in at like 7 in the morning, and we're just exhausted and tired, and we just wanted to sleep and stop drinking. So it was just a big, like, emotional roller coaster.
Did you feel like you had genuine feelings for Bret at any point? What were your feelings towards him?
I think he's a really great guy. I didn't know that he had a real relationship. So for me, that was kind of like, ew, gross. Why are you doing this?
It's funny how that's a deal breaker.
But I know it's like a rock star life. Like, some people have open relationships, so I shouldn't judge. But for me personally, that wasn't my lifestyle. So for other women, if they're okay with it, then more power to you. But for me, I'm a one woman, one man kind of girl. So.
Yeah, it's I've never done the open relationship thing either. That sounds terrible to me, actually. So yeah, it's hard with all that drama constantly around you. And then, from my perspective as being a viewer of your season, it did seem like certain people were definitely forming real feelings for him. Like, it seemed like Daisy was really, forming feelings for him.
And it sucks because I love him. I'm fucking in love with him. And whatever issues that he still had lingering in his head, I tried the best that I could to get him to trust me, and obviously he couldn't or didn't want to or what, I don't even know.
Amber, so yeah,
Amber.
that was a lot.
Amber.
You are my rock of love.
Yeah.
I feel like she really did genuinely fall for him, and it was hard to kind of tell her, like, hey, this is the reality. Like, it was a show.
Yeah. I think that was the case for several of the girls. It was the whole thing was kind of a big mind fuck, and especially for the girls that were really into him.
If I would have known it was gonna be this painful to like fall in love, then I would have never have done it. I just want to curl up in a ball and eat a lot of ice cream.
He is very charming, and when you get to know him, he's sweet and he's down to earth and he can sing. Like, he has all of the good qualities, so it's easy to get attached to him, even just as a human. So I can understand how people would fall for him, but long term and what it really was, like the reality versus the show, they're just two different worlds.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with you. I'm a really, really big fan of Bret Michaels, not just the entertainer, but the person. And it's funny because throughout all of these years, so many people have tried so hard to get me to talk shit about him. And I really, like, even if I wanted to, which I don't know why I would, but even if I wanted to, I really have nothing bad to say. I felt like all like the mind fuckery that happened was on the end of the producers. They were the ones that did that, and he was just going along with like making a really fun, wild, sexy show, as far as I'm concerned.
Like, he's just a genuinely good dude. Would I date him? No. But Do I like him as a person? Yes, I think he's a good human. Am I allowed to be honest now that it's over?
Hang on, let me ask.
Is there a clause? Is there like a 10-year clause where they can like come to you?
Oh, fuck them. Fuck that. No, it's we're good. You're totally good.
So I tried to leave on many occasions. So when you see me crying, I wanted to leave. I was so over it. I'm like, get me the fuck out of this place. So like, no, if you leave, we can sue you up to $1 million. And I had property, I had my business. And I'm like, fuck this. Like,
oh, wow.
Really? I'm like, these whips are nuts. I want to get the fuck out of here. I'm tired. I hate everybody. The lights are bright. Let me go home. So there's literally the cameras, and I started like screaming at them, and I look crazy. I'm like, I want to fucking leave. I hate you. I'm like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Because, you know, we're in Hollywood Hills, and like you're trapped on this set, and you feel like a caged animal. And I know it sounds weird, but because you're used to the lights and camera being around and looking for mics, I literally went home and I was like, is there a camera on? Is there mics? Like, you go home paranoid.
Other people have said that. You're not the first person who've said that. That's so crazy. And also, it's interesting that they actually threatened you, because Sam from my season tried to go home on multiple occasions too, and she was kind of having a meltdown and a freak out, and she tried to leave, and they sort of like just gently like talked her into staying. And but with you, they like point blank threatened you with like losses.
Yes.
Damn.
Literally. And I'm like, because you're so tired, you're so exhausted, and you're just like, I hate you. I hate your face. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
Oh, wow.
But I love you, Brett.
That's crazy. So how far did you make it again? You made it to like the final 5, is that right?
It was before the exes came. And my ex is like big. He's a big dude. And I'm like, I'm going to go home. Like, just send me home. Trust me. And on our season, I don't know if you know, I think one of the girls was shot. Was from Arizona, who was going to come on the show.
She was shot?
Yeah.
Like one of the possible contestants?
Yes.
No, I did not know. That's insane. I've never heard that. What happened?
So yeah, it was a really big thing in Arizona, and she was supposed to come on the show, and I don't know if he was like a cop or something. It was something really twisted and weird, and I was like, my ex is crazy. Like he'll go like postal, and they're like, nope, send her home, because that had just happened in Arizona. One of the contestants who was supposed to come on, he shot her.
Oh my God! And so who was it that shot the contestant? You said it was. Did you say it was
her husband?
So what about one of the scenes that really stood out to me, and I think it stood out to everybody, was Aubrey's exit on your season of Rock of Love. She did a really big dramatic thing where I guess she thought that you were going home, and she was trying to like throw herself on the sword in a very dramatic way.
If Brett keeps me tonight, then I'll know that it's because he has genuine feelings for me, and I'm really hoping that he's gonna give me a pass.
Got 2 beautiful girls, both who I like a lot, and I got 1 pass.
Kristy Joe's my best friend in the house, and I, at that moment, looked over at Kristy Joe, and my heart just fell out of my body, and I think that Kristy Joe might be going home.
So let's talk about your friendship with Aubrey back then, and what was that? I felt like Aubrey almost was kind of girl crushing on you. Was that whole thing strange to you? Because it was strange to me from a viewer perspective.
So that happens a lot with women. I was very loving and sweet, and sometimes they get like girl crushes. But I mean, I'm not bisexual. I have been with women, but I'm bisexual. I felt like she might have been bisexual, and she was kind of more attracted to me more than a friend. So it was weird at some points throughout the show.
Yeah, that was the perspective from me as a viewer as well. And not that there would be anything wrong with that, but if one person is going that direction and the other one is not reciprocating, then it gets weird. So, but the whole dramatic exit as well, what were your thoughts? I mean, what was going through your head when all of that was going down?
I didn't know that she was offering herself up, like, oh, I'm just going to volunteer, like, because you're so in love with him.
And I want to tell you that
I go on my own, will you give Kristy Joe more chance?
What's going on?
I appreciate this, but I want to give her one more chance, okay?
All right, then
Can
for
you
you.
not question me? I know her real well.
I don't know. It was just the whole thing was weird. Everybody's emotions were super high, and then she just decided to throw herself on the cross and sacrifice herself for me.
You're on, okay? You don't just say, oh, I want to leave today. Okay, no more. I'm giving you a kiss. I think that sacrificing my position is going to give her a chance to really stand up and not be foolish anymore. And I'm walking away with some wonderful friends.
Part of me wondered if maybe she knew that she was going home, and so she was trying to take the power out of it, or did she really think that you were going home and she was trying to take your spot somehow?
I don't know. You don't know what's going on through people's brains or minds or what's going on.
And just believing that if Brett and I are supposed to have a chance together, we will later. We're in the same city.
That was a crazy moment. So did you talk to Aubrey much after the show got done taping?
We hung out a few times, but her and I didn't really click a lot after. She was kind of hot and cold, very emotional, kind of moody. So I was just like, oh, this isn't going to work. Well, Aubrey's a lot, she's a lot. She's a big personality, so you have to do it in small doses.